President Donald J. Trump has confirmed the September Social Security payout schedule. That part is certain, but what follows isn't business as usual. It's a reset. The rulebook behind your check has been rewritten, and that means some households will see money arrive early, while others face sudden clawbacks that strip half a benefit overnight. Justice at last, or punishment for people trapped in a broken system? For years, the program limped along with delay, error, and fraud. That era, the Trump team says, is over. A hard-edged efficiency push under President Trump, branded as a Department of Government Efficiency tied to Elon Musk's reform drive, has slammed the brakes on waste and tightened eligibility. The message is simple. If you paid in, you're protected. If the system paid you by mistake, expect a reckoning. It sounds clean on paper. In real life, it creates winners and losers. The calendar is your lifeline. Here's how September pays out. Born 1st to 10th, Wednesday, September 10th. Born 11th to 20th, Wednesday, September 17. Born 21st to 31st, Wednesday, September 24th. Special group paid earlier on Wednesday, September 3rd. People who began benefits before 1997. Those receiving both Social Security and SSI. Beneficiaries whose states cover their Medicare premiums, and many Americans living abroad. Now, the twist that's already hitting bank accounts. SSI landed twice before September even started. Regular SSI arrived August 1st. Because September 1st falls on Labor Day, the September SSI deposit moved up to August 29th. For some, that's a cushion. For others, there's no bonus. Only smaller checks as overpayments are clawed back. Washington says the system leaked roughly $23 billion in overpaid benefits. The new posture: take it back now, ask questions later. If an overpayment flag hits, retirement and SSDI can lose up to 50% of the monthly benefit until the debt is repaid. SSI can be docked 10% each month. Real people are getting jolted. One 23-year-old was told they owed $14,000 because childhood benefits linked to a parent didn't stop on time. The bureaucracy missed it. The bill still landed. Is that accountability, or is it shifting the cost of government error onto citizens who never meant to do anything wrong? Another pillar of the Trump-era reset: tighter guardrails on who can draw from the trust fund. The promise is blunt. Benefits are for American workers who paid in, not for anyone outside the system. That's the standard many believed should have been enforced all along. Supporters call it fairness. Critics call it harsh. Either way, the door has been reinforced. Relief isn't just a rumor. Proposals are on the table from the Trump camp and in Congress. $600 tariff rebate checks. The argument from Trump's team: tariff revenues are pouring in and the surplus should be returned directly via automatic payments reminiscent of prior stimulus to retirees, disabled Americans, and families. Social Security Expansion Act. The heavyweight. It would add $200 a month, $2,400 this year, for every retiree and disability recipient, and raise the minimum so no senior falls below 125% of the federal poverty line, about $19,560 a year. A fairer COLA. For years, the cost of living formula lagged behind the real prices seniors face: food, fuel, prescriptions. Reform would anchor COLA to actual senior expenses, delivering raises that match reality. Plus, additional solvency and benefit protection packages are circulating on the Hill. None of this is law yet, but momentum exists, and for the first time in a long time, you can see a path that doesn't end in maybe someday. This reset isn't just stricter letters from a new boss. It's data-driven audits, rapid fraud detection, and tighter oversight. The promise: faster, cleaner deposits for people who earned them. Fewer leaks from a fund that must be there tomorrow. But speed cuts both ways. If the system says you were overpaid, even years ago, The recapture can hit immediately. Payments are confirmed for September. Standard retirement schedule 10th, 17th, 24th, based on birthday. Special categories paid September 3rd. SSI got a double hit effect, August 1st and August 29th, because Labor Day falls on September 1st. Overpayment enforcement, up to 50% for retirement/SSDI, 10% for SSI, until debts are cleared. Proposals to watch: $600 tariff rebates, $2,400 annual expansion, COLA reform, other benefit protection bills. Winners, for now, are the people whose eligibility is airtight. Earlier deposits, fewer delays, stronger protection against fraud. Add the possibility of rebate checks and a $2,400 boost if Congress moves, and there's hope on the horizon. Losers are those caught in the overpayment dragnet or left out of earlier increases, forced to absorb cuts for errors they didn't create. Is that the price of discipline, or a new form of bureaucratic punishment? That's the fault line running through kitchen tables across the country. The checks will land. But the landscape is different. The old, messy status quo has been replaced by a sharper system that pays on time and cuts on sight. For many, that means certainty. For others, it means a sudden hole in the monthly budget. Meanwhile, bills in Congress could send $600 in rebates, add $200 a month, and finally tie COLA to the costs seniors actually pay. If even one of those moves, thousands of dollars shift from Washington's ledger back to Main Street. Call it justice. Call it punishment. Either way, the Trump-era reset is real, and the future of Social Security won't look like the past. September's schedule is clear. Enforcement is intense. Reform is on the table. The question that remains is the one that decides everything. Does this new order finally protect the people who built the system? Or does it make survivors of a broken bureaucracy pay for mistakes they never made? Years of missing checks and endless holds fuel demand for discipline, just not for punishing people for errors they didn't cause. 2 SSI deposits, August 1st and August 29th, feel like victory, but next door someone's facing a clawback for an old error. Accountability or overreach? That perception gap will decide whether this reset earns trust. Now, through the end of 2025, 4 proposals could move: $600 tariff rebates, a $2,400 annual boost with a 125% poverty line floor, approximately $19,560, a COLA tied to real senior costs, and additional solvency, CHU, benefit protections in committee. None passed yet, but momentum is real. Confirm your date: 3rd, 10th, 17th, 24th. If an overpayment letter arrives, act fast. Recapture defaults to 50% for retirement, SSDI, 10% for SSI. If this helped you map out the month and the stakes ahead, subscribe, like, and drop a comment with where you stand: justice or punishment. Next, if Congress pairs a $2,400 boost with a stricter overpayment trigger, do benefits rise for most, or does the clawback machine simply get bigger? And what happens if tariff rebates and COLA reform hit at the same time?